It's Week 14 of the National Football League. And we've got Juju Smith-Schuster. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Chiefs and the Broncos on Sunday Night Primetime.
Thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, you look at our featured team here. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as the... set to take over. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jarek McKinnon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here again is McKinnon. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
Mahomes takes it himself, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The Chiefs at 11-1 now on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now because, to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Mahomes finding Juju there for the Kansas City first. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they're like,
and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. So that's going to be a nice one for the passing stats, and that's how it will go down in the stat sheet. But the success of that play, no doubt, all thanks to the talents of the wideout.
Oh, he was definitely the recipient of good blocking as well, especially at the line of scrimmage. And once he got around the corner, you got the sense that no one was going to get him. Really nice ball handling, too, in order to get it.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. On first down now, run with McKinnon. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Josie Jewell, the linebacker, getting the sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to say, as you said,
and in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean in.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like...
So this offense will head back out there, already an excellent field position thanks to the interception. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. From the 17, Mahomes on the slant. He's got Hardman. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. And this one's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And he's got Hardman in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points. Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's McKinnon on the draw. And he's got this down to the 35. 63 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles, where you see the final score there. Josh Jacobs, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, we head east to check on the Bills at home in Buffalo. And they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. Corey Davis, a touchdown catch in the victory. And then finally, we finish off Week 14 in the desert. It's the Patriots and Cardinals from Glendale. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for KC. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half. These 2 teams making their final adjustments before coming out for the second half. And for the call, we go back out to Denver and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. This take it in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So the Chiefs off. to begin this drive. Well, the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. Credit the tackle to Darius Phillips.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yards.
Nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
The 71 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Mahomes now to throw. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd down, McKinnon. And he's got this down to the 35. That good for 19 and a first down. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Gets it to Smith-Schuster on the jet sweep. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. So that... The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And another drive starts with them huddling in their end zone, Charles. Where have we seen this before? Very recently, but the last time they had it backed up like this, they took it the length of the field.
Hard to do that once, let alone the idea of doing it twice. But, of course, that's the goal. So, as a secondary deal, get 2 first downs. Help yourself with field position and help your defense out.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Out to the right, here's McKinnon. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. They run once more with McKinnon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 138 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Alex Singleton, the linebacker, there on the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Juju Smith-Schuster. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Chiefs add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to... The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Mahomes going to throw it here. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Now a give, this is McKinnon. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Chiefs, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for Denver, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals.
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we've got Juju Smith-Schuster. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Chiefs and the Texans, and it's coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. After an excellent punt, this offense in a tough spot down inside their own 5. In his own end zone, it's Mahomes. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. It's a rook taking it right down Broadway. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Chiefs are on the board first here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the...
So this offense will head back out there. Already an excellent field position. Reception. Handoff, it's McKinnon. A good red zone run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd and goal. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into...
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Not even 2 minutes into this football game. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much. Do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
And some space here. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. On first down, Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Mahomes now on first down. And hitting Juju on the slant. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. As they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Burton. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. His third rushing touchdown on the year and fourth overall. And the Chiefs go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a handoff running through the middle. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
McKinnon. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout is going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. So the completion good for 7 there, and that will bring up second down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
Mahomes finding his tight end Kelsey for a big one. 48 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They run again with the fullback Burton. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mike Burton. As the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough...
This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter.
Yellow.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And some room to roam now. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 85 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. Touchdown! Travis Kelsey with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Chiefs have taken a 6-touchdown lead. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Yeah, and he's had a heck of a game so far, up over 100 yards receiving already. And it's not all been air yards as we saw right there. He's so good that when he gets space to maneuver, he can often turn it into a big play after the catch.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down. Here's a give up the middle. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Chiefs will add into their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time.
Back now in Houston. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On On second down, they'll run it here. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That good for 19 and a first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
91 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Chiefs add on to their... The Chiefs offense... this drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 85 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They run it with McKinnon. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Here's McKinnon. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So after the run by McKinnon, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. So now we're in the final minute of the game in the fourth quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now McKinnon. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone.